Melisa Albas is the Director of Enterprise Insights from First West Credit Union. I turn the clicker over to you.
Thank you for the introduction. Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to ask you, how many of you at one point in your lives has switched from one brand to another because that brand did not resonate with your values, or that brand was not just fast enough to adapt to your needs? Oops. I think it's not working. Yeah. Okay. Here it is. So, according to a recent Accenture survey, 60% of the responders said their priorities are changing according to the global events. And same proportion said they reassessed their life value and life purpose in the last year. So people are not looking for brands, products or services anymore. Actually, they are looking for brands that are aligning with their ever-evolving needs. Consumers are looking for values like sustainability. At the same time, they would like to see the value for money. They would like their decisions to make a positive impact on their lives, but at the same time, they would like to positively impact others' lives. In the absence of perfect solutions, consumers are trying to make the best decisions they could. And you know what's interesting? 70% of them said behaving inconsistently, it's just being human and it should be acceptable. But at the same time, 86% of them might leave a brand after just 2 poor experiences. So 86% it's not a number. It shows us actually how thin the error margin is. So after 2 poor experiences, you may lose your customer forever. So my name is Melisa. I'm the Enterprise Insights Director at First West Credit Union. Today we'll talk about understanding these changing customer needs. We'll talk about the challenges and how to have a complete customer insight strategy. So lots to cover. Let's start. So we talked about changing customer needs and the possible consequences of not adapting. So the question becomes, how are we going to master changing these needs? Here, I would like to share with you a 4-step approach, which starts with getting to know your members first. So having the data, it's not enough. We need to look into the customers from different angles, from lifestyle, life stage, value, profitability, and attrition perspectives. And having the data at our fingerprints, we should create detailed personas to personalize our data strategies. So that's the number 1. Second, seeking feedback from your customers. So getting feedback is crucial. With surveys, questionnaires, focus groups, sometimes the really small insight can create a lot of value to the organization. The third one, analyze the competition. Analyzing the competition doesn't only show you what you are doing right, it also shows you the potential in the market, the gaps in the market. And last one, and the most important one, craft a customer needs statement. Crafting a customer needs statement gives and works like a guiding light for the teams. Once we consolidate all these insights, we need to put them into a story that everyone can understand and act on. And this is not a one-time project, it's an ongoing journey. So let's look at how we tackle this in First West Credit Union. In order to have a complete customer insight strategy, we need to make sure we are equipped with right tools in the organization. So we built an analytical toolbox in First West Credit Union that helps to achieve our goals in the organization. And it's a multi-layered segmentation approach which answers different questions of the business. So in order to acquisition relevancy and acquisition, we have lifestyle and life stage personas. To become more efficient, we work on current and potential value-based segmentations. To improve our performance, we work on gap analysis. We create penetration maps. To optimize our channel strategy, we work on different channel preferences of our customers, and we fine-tune our outreaches accordingly. Of course, like for member engagement, to deepen our relationships, we work on next best product and next best action projects. So attrition is a problem, as all in other companies. So in order to reduce attrition, we have a predictive attrition model. So with such a comprehensive segmentation, we try to make sure all our members feel valued and understood. So segmentation makes you act smarter. Here's an illustration of how we plot our lifestyle and life stage segments. So once we finalize our segments, we plot them according to the market penetration, according to the growth opportunities. From here, we are able to define customers to defend, customers to build, customers to monitor, and some to avoid. So as you remember, the fourth step of understanding changing customer needs was crafting a customer needs statement. This is the most important step. And you know why? By crafting this needs statement, you are able to craft a story that everyone in the organization can understand. Everyone in the organization can look at the same picture from the same angle, and everyone can speak the same language to achieve the business goals in the organization. Now, I would like to share with you a recent case study of our portfolio optimization pilot. So at First West, our biggest strength is our people, our employees, and the quality advice that we try to give to our members. Our personal bankers try to optimize the portfolios. They work on the individual portfolios and individual needs of our members. And there is a portfolio pilot that has been run for years in First West. So we wanted to support this process by harnessing customer insights this year. So instead of having one legacy approach, we came up with an alternative approach that we used different layers of our analytical toolbox. So we used lifestyle, life stage segmentation, our personas. We used the current values of our members and the potential value in the market. And in addition to that, we looked into the attrition scores of our members. And we came up with this pilot approach. So the purpose of this pilot was test assigning 5,000 members to portfolios based not only on their current value, but also on their needs, on their potential. And we wanted to personalize this experience even more. So this pilot has been run for 6 months now. So if we go back to the four-step approach, the second step of understanding changing needs was seeking feedback from our customers. And this is exactly what we did before the pilot started. So we reached out to these 5,000 members, and we asked them questions around their satisfaction, their awareness, their loyalty. And we asked questions around competition as well. So our purpose was to understand where they stand before the pilot started. And this is going to be an ongoing journey. So we will repeat this survey at the end of the pilot to understand if we shifted the process or not, to understand and to measure the success of the pilot. So let's look at the preliminary results of the pilot. We had 2 goals with this pilot. The first one was reducing attrition. The second one was deepening the relationship with our members. So only in 6 months, we saw a reduced attrition by 3.4 times as compared with the control group. So we were able to reduce the attrition. So the first goal was checked. So the second goal was deepening the relationship with our members. So by using an alternative approach in this pilot, we were able to achieve a 26% increase in the average term deposit balance per member. And we were able to grow their balance funds under administration by 2%. So 2% may sound low, but if you think about a financial institution, it is millions of dollars. And the last metric I would like to share with you is the boosted contact rate. I really value this KPI because actually it shows the collaboration within the organization. So when we came up with this approach, our leaders, our presidents owned this process, owned this approach, and because they owned it, they coached their teams accordingly, so that the advisors, the personal bankers, preferred to contact these members more. Well, as we celebrate the achievements, our wins, we should also be mindful that utilizing customer insights oftentimes comes with its challenges. Now I would like to mention those. So I would like to categorize them under 3 pillars: people, technology, and the processes. The first pillar is the most critical pillar. It's the people. Sometimes the change and the data-driven culture may meet resistance. So really, data-driven culture needs to come from top to bottom. It needs to be supported by our leaders. Lack of expertise. So we all know that it's really hard to find the right talent in the market. Finding the right talent is hard, hiring the right talent is hard, and retaining the right talent is hard too. So on average, the average tenure in an analytical role is only 2 years. So you find the talent and you lose the talent. You may lose the talent in just 2 years. So organizations need to work on development personal plans, need to invest in training the talent in order to keep them engaged within the organization. So we talked about the importance of seeking customer feedback. Getting an unbiased and actionable customer feedback can sometimes be tricky because of the incentive we offer to our customers, or because only for one poor experience that the customer had with our brand. It may be really tricky to get an unbiased feedback. Cost. It can be really challenging for smaller organizations. The data quality, like how are we going to achieve a quality customer insight strategy without having the quality data? Lack of a unified view. So we talk about channel integration here. We talked about 360 views of customers. So it is oftentimes tricky, but at the same time, if we can't have a unified view of our customers, it is really hard to understand their experience. Real-time analyze and action. It is oftentimes necessary, but it's oftentimes missing. Think about the fraud prevention process without real-time analytics. And when we switch to the process pillar, scalability, it is a big, big issue in the majority of the companies. Think about the marketing automation project without a proper CRM solution. Scalability is a big problem in today's world. Sometimes the data team come up with their solutions, come up with their insights, but we cannot take action. And lastly, return on investment. Like measuring return on investment can be really tricky, and it can be challenging, and especially in dynamic markets like now. So we talked about the challenges. Now the question becomes, how are we gonna create a complete customer insight strategy? What is the secret sauce of this? So here, I would like to share with you a checklist, a 6-step approach that we need to make sure applying in our companies. The first one is embracing cross-functional collaboration. It is the most critical checklist, if you ask me. One of the reasons of the portfolio pilot's success was the collaboration within the company. We did not meet any resistance in the company when we wanted to change the approach. So the leaders owned it, the branch managers owned it, the advisors owned it. So this is how we achieved these goals. Define actionable, measurable, understandable goals. Define how success looks like in the beginning so that everyone knows where to move forward. Map your customer journey. So this is how you see the world through the eyes of your customers. So map the journey, define the pain points, the touch points. Collecting customer insights, qualitative, quantitative, use the power of first-party data, third-party data. Analyze and share your insights. This is how we democratize the data. This is how we empower the teams with the power of the data, so they can make data-driven decisions. Refine your process. This is the last step. Refine your process. Be a learning organization. Try, test and learn. Test and learn. If it's working, keep it. If it's not working, be agile and adapt. When you adapt, you evolve. When you change, you evolve. So this is the last step for a blueprint for a complete insight strategy. So this is how we do it right today. Now I would like to talk about the emerging trends, especially in the finance sector. So we have been talking about the AI, how important it is, how it's changing the world. There's a lot going on in the market. So when I did my research, I came up with these 4 solutions that I would like to share with you. The first one is the emotion analytics. I don't know if you heard about it, but it's a really interesting solution. So we talked about how biased customer feedback can be. So this solution provides real emotion data. Think about you're launching a new product and you would like to get an unbiased feedback from your customers. And think about you have this emotion data, the sentiment data of the focus group. The second thing is the NLP, natural language processing. So this is not a new trend, for sure. It's been on the market for years. But I personally think it is not being utilized well enough. So what it does is it turns the unstructured conversation data into a structured format, so it can be used in data mining. And it supports CRM processes, sales processes. Think about a call center that can analyze the conversations real-time at scale, and that can personalize the scripts accordingly. Behavioral biometrics in fraud detection. So this solution does not only secure the assets of the customers, it also gains trust by providing personalized measures. And the last one is the super apps, embedded finance and super apps. So super apps are enhanced platforms, including multiple features, including a banking solution. So because they provide a seamless experience on the apps that the customers are already familiar with, it definitely supports the customer engagement processes. On the other side, it provides a lot of opportunities for the companies, for cross-selling and upselling, or for partnerships and collaborations. So, as you see, the future of analytics is focusing more and more on providing the best, the most appropriate and most personalized service to the customers. So thank you for listening to me. Thank you for taking the time. I can get questions.
Great. We have time for a couple quick questions. In there? No? Nope. Oh, there's one back there. Just, yep. Can we get the mic to you?
Can you define what you mean by super app?
Sorry, could you repeat?
The super apps you mentioned as one of the
Yeah.
final trends. What is that?
Yeah. Let me see if I had a slide to show it maybe. Yeah, so super apps are enhanced platforms that are including multiple features within. For example, Uber is a super app. It has different features, or Alibaba or WeChat is a super app. So if you look at the journey of, for example, Anya, so this can really show how a super app can make the experience much better, right? So the customer is already used to the app, and you are reaching out that customer through that app by increasing the experience quality. Mm-hmm. Any questions?
Okay. Thank you very
you.
much.
Yeah.
Fabulous. I'm going to take the clicker back. There.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay. We're in a wrap, folks.